So the big question is this. How entrepreneurs like us who have been breaking with old beliefs, like the idea of holding a 9-to-5 job and living paycheck to paycheck, taking a lifetime to reach business and life success as the only option we have? How do we grow our business in a way that lets us highly service our customers, getting our products and services and the things that we believe in out into the world without diluting our life but enhancing it and taking the journey of internal and external growth? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. Your host is Marina Simon, and welcome to 10 Exit. Life and business as usual? Never again.
I hope you guys are doing fantastic and are creating the kind of day you want to have. All right, so today I'm going to address a point that is very simple to apply. You might have to put a system in or do a couple of changes, but it's very simple to apply and doesn't cost you really anything. This can twofold your income. This has been doing so for those who I've been coaching. And it's the following data. What do you do when your public who you serve call in? You know, either text message you or call you or otherwise somehow email you, any kind of communication you guys use nowadays. What do you do with that? What do you do if you have an excessive amount of reach from that public? What do you do with those calls? How long does it take you to answer them? Okay, I'm going to give you an example, a live example. My air conditioner has been broken for a week already. I live in Florida, and I cannot even tell you the heat that has been going on right now, even it's not summer. I've been calling maybe 6 different air conditioner guys or companies. I'm going to give you an example, the last one. I'm going to make a call and let's see what happens, right? This was the last guy I called yesterday. So let's see what happens here.
Please leave your message for 7274580.
You see? That's what I'm talking about. You call, it goes directly into voice message. If the person doesn't contact you immediately, what do? You jump to the next one, right? So that's called lost business, lost income. I'm going to give you one key data from Mr. Hubbard, and it's the following, and it's simple to apply. Any letter or phone calls are better than no letters or phone calls. What do we mean by this in these days, right? So it can be phone calls out or phone calls in, right? But that links directly into the next important datum that I'm trying to, just pass on to you because it's so simple and so is going to give you a wealth of income coming in if you service your public like that. The volume of the income of a business is in direct proportion to the number of or phone calls and letters of that business. It has nothing to do with quality. I repeat, the volume of income of a business is in direct proportion to the number of phone calls and letters of that business. It has nothing to do with quality. Now, what I'm talking to you about is the volume of the income of your organization, whatever business you're in. If you're a chiropractor, if you're a lawyer, if you're a handyman, if you are, a technician, an engineer, it doesn't matter what business you're on. If you're a business owner, an entrepreneur, you better keep your communication lines open, meaning the following. If your customers are calling you, make sure you receive that communication and call them back as soon as possible. That's another datum I have to address on the in the next chapter, which is a speed of particle flow. How fast do you answer those phone calls, right? Because that also affects your business, but we'll get that into a later podcast. However, make sure you answer each and every one of those phone calls at least the same day. However, if I'm calling because my air conditioner is broken, I'm not going to wait for a day to be called back, right? So that tells you a little bit of the story of the importance of calling back your customers. I know some of you are a one-man show business, so you have to do the work, you have to do the promotion, you have to answer the calls, and sometimes you think you have more business that you can handle. Let me give you a little lesson, or not lesson, because I'm not here to lecture. But let me give you a little tip that I've experienced myself. If you have more income, more people reaching for your service that you can deliver, you have a very, very good problem, which is expansion, right? Now you have to see ways to expand your delivery, right? Because now you have more reach that you can deliver. Now, many of you, and raise your hand if you have these peaks of production, right? Because you're a one-man show, two-man show, right? So you produce because you have all these reaches from your customers, right? That you have to service, and then it drops down. And when it drops down, you go into promotion mode. Tan, 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 tan. Once you promote, then again a peak of production comes out, and then again it slows down, and then you go into promotion mode. Now, here's the tip, right? Don't waste those reaches of people who needs and wants your services. You're cutting your income. Every customer that is not being communicated to, every phone call that is not communicated to, is cutting your income. Again, this is the key data I want to communicate to you. The volume of your income, of your business or organization, is in direct proportion to the number of phone calls and letters of that business. These days, letters are not that, frequent, but for sure, your phone calls. At least if you do that, and emails, if you receive them as well, answer them. Because guys, you are cutting your income by half, at least, if you're dropping those calls. I'm not joking. I've been calling, I'm in the area of Florida. I've been calling 7 different people on air conditioners. Only one has communicated back to me, and what he told me was, call my office to make an appointment. I've called their office, no answer. So this is a little story for you because, okay, air conditioner in the middle of the summer, right? It's a really, really needed thing that I'm not going to wait, another day. Some things that, broke in your house, or some things if you need to go to the dentist and you're in pain, I bet you can't wait anymore. If you don't have a dentist, you're going to find one, right? That same day. Now, if your backyard needs help, that's not a rush matter, right? You might, give it a day or two and then call a different guy. So, good. So what are you going to do with your calls? You're going to make sure you answer them. Okay? And then schedule them. Get in communication with your ideal customer. You're there to service them. And if you are there for them, they will be there for you for a long run. All right. I hope it helps. Have an amazing, amazing day.
Thanks for joining us today on 10 Exit. Life and business as usual, never again. We love always hearing from you. Please feel free to send Marina an email, marina@marinasimonbrand.com. Your input and comments are always welcome, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And if you like the podcast, you can always subscribe to it. Remember, the best way to predict the future is to create it.